All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, we are back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. 11 a.m. UK time. You know what time it is. It is stream time. That's what we're doing here. We've got bad boy Ishan here. We're going to talk about so many different managerial topics today, and it's going to be fun. There's a lot of different topics to talk about. Frank Lampard to Norwich. Seems to be some sort of movement happening there. Whether it happens or not, we'll see. Steven Gerrard to Aston Villa. I think that's going to be quite interesting if that happens. Seems like Aston Villa has targeted Steven Gerrard as their number one selection. Eddie Howe to Newcastle, it's done and dusted. So we'll talk about that. And John Terry and his Twitter shenanigans. I don't know what he's doing. He's absolutely troll account and a half. I like it. I'm loving it, but we'll talk about it. I mean, whether it's good for his managerial face, I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know if any club out there would want John Terry to be their manager, and then he does what he's doing at the moment, which is pretty funny, but at the same time, long term, we'll see what happens. Ishan, my boy, how you doing?
Man, it's good to be back. I couldn't be there in the last watch along, and maybe.
Bro, we missed you, bro. We missed you.
Yeah, man, I missed it too. I mean, I couldn't be there, but yeah, we got Sean diced in the last match before going into the international.
I don't want to talk about it, bro. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so I think so. Now going into the international break, it's gonna be some boring days. So yeah, it's good to have some news, talk about football and all these stuffs going around the football world, man.
This is exactly why I wanted to do the streams about different topics, because international scenes, I don't even know what international matches are on. I mean, what is it? Is it World Cup qualifications at the moment, or?
Oh, actually, I went through. Yeah, it is World Cup qualifications. European qualifications, and then you have the South American qualifications. So I went through all the matches. Oh my God, I might better watch some local football matches, local Northeast football matches.
Watch Northeast Indian League, bro. Time to watch some Indian League, man.
Yeah, Indian Super League, man.
I might actually catch up on some cricket, T20 World Cup. I might actually
World Cup is going on. Yeah, actually, you know what, Miss? I was thinking, man. I mean, over the years, I don't know what kind of transition came in me that I literally am not much interested in cricket anymore.
Bro, me neither.
I don't give a F if some losers or some with. I mean,
what the crazy part is, like, especially for you guys in India, cricket's like huge.
It's a religion, man. It's a religion.
It's a religion. But I think even in India, Ishan, I mean, you would know more, but I've seen a lot of people transitioning from cricket to football.
Yeah.
A lot more people now watching it, and I think this is why in cricket they're doing that, T20 and all of that. And now they're even thinking about T10, 10 5 over matches each.
Yeah, that's a turn off actually.
Pretty soon, just no more cricket.
Just toss it out and then just go away.
Toss, you're the winner. Okay, you go to the next round.
There's the cup. Just take it and go home.
It's pretty insane. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. We got quite a few people already here. Thank you. Hey, smash the like button. We try and keep up with the likes today. Let's see how many likes we get. I know it's international break, so really dependent on how many turn up live. But the only way to get the most exposure is the more likes. And you guys have been enjoying the channel. Just smash it. Keep smashing the likes. And the more likes come in, the bigger the audience become. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe, check out Ishan and his Instagram, especially. The link is in the description. Go and follow him. Ishan's always putting some really, really funny stories out there, football-related stories, which are cool to see. Ishan, let's get straight into this. Actually, before we do that, shout out to the live chat. Jaswant is here. Good to see you, Jaswant. Calvin is here. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from as well. I'd love to know which part of the world you guys are tuning in. Jasmine is here. Calvin is here. Almighty Blues FC is here. Thanks so much. Hi, guys. Big up. Talk about cricket to me, bros. Yeah, I mean, might have to do a different channel for that. Then we've got Kaku. Must be Lukaku's cousin, Kaku. Big up Miz and Ishan. We've got Tumusiela. Let's get started. I love this. Almighty Blue FC saying, "Come on, Ishan, cricket to be spread and deserve worldwide growth too." Honestly, you don't need.
Hey, listen, I love cricket, but can't help. I mean, I'm attached to Chelsea more. I don't know why. No, but I do watch cricket. It's not that I've completely switched off. I do watch.
To be honest, I don't think it can ever be worldwide. It just doesn't have that much of a reach in terms of being worldwide. But it is what it is. All right, Ishan, let's get straight into this. First topic: Lampard to Norwich. I don't know how to take this news, Ishan. I saw this news in the last 24 hours, and looks like it's quite legitimate, man. Like, he's apparently held meetings with Norwich. Well, Norwich held meetings with Lampard. And apparently they're going to be holding more meetings either today or tomorrow, something like that. Seems like there's some sort of leg to this particular news. Here's my brainstorming, Ishan, right? Norwich is in a lot of, like, they're in a mud. They're going to get relegated. Let's be honest. It's going to be a miracle for them to stay up. Frank Lampard would have to do some sort of a magic trick to make it happen. Okay, so let's say Frank does get the job. How's he going to play? Is he going to make Norwich defensively a lot more compact, more astute? I don't think he has the total understanding of that. Like in Derby, I remember in Championship, Derby was letting in goals left, right, and centre, Ishan. Even though they were winning, but they were scoring goals, but they weren't tight at the back. Chelsea, we know what happened to us. One thing we weren't good enough under Frank Lampard was defending. Set piece defending, general open play defending, and his demise at the end was how open we were at the back, the December, January last season. I just don't know how this makes sense for Lampard. I know a lot of people want him to take the job and, take this up, save Norwich. Billy Gilmore's there, reunited with Billy Gilmore. I don't know if this is a good job for him, man. I mean, what's your thoughts, Ishan?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you from Norwich's point of view. I don't think so. There's anybody who can save Norwich at this point of time. I mean, it looks shambolic for them at this point of time. And forget about Frank Lampard. Even if maybe they would have got Zidane or something, it's done for Norwich. It's done.
Yeah.
There's no way. But from Frank Lampard's point of view, yeah, man, let's think about him taking this job. I think so. This might, coming to this mid-season and joining Norwich, definitely they're not going to expect a lot from Lampard. Definitely they're going to be, maybe they can expect to, take them out of the relegation zone if that's the case. If it's not, it won't be the end of the world because they know that they're already in the dump, already in the mud. That they're, almost done. I mean, they're foreseeing this as Lampard taking this team through, analyzing the whole team for the rest of the remaining games, maybe 28 games or what we have.
And then mount a challenge in the Championship.
Exactly. And then, also from Lampard's point of view, miss, all right, he's got, 1.5 season here in Chelsea. And now this half season with Norwich, he'll get that Premier League experience as well. And also after getting that experience, definitely he won't have much of expectations to run through. He won't have that much pressure. He won't have that much, let's say, ego in the team, who to play, who not to play. It's going to be a chill mode for him.
Yeah.
It'll just be Lampard.
No high-profile players to manage.
No high-profile players. Not much budget, you know what I mean? Not much budget. You don't need to think about the transfer market and the transfer season, whatever it is. It'll just be Lampard and his managerial skills coming out and trying to build this team, trying to extract the maximum from this team from whatever time he's got left in this season. And that will, help him build his own managerial skills. I believe that because at the end of the day, when Lampard has, this set of players, the amount of players that he has in Norwich, he knows that the individual players possess this individual set of unique qualities, and that's how he need to work with them and bring them together, make a perfect squad for him. not take much tension of the transfer market, of what's going on out of the world.
Where where would
Big
you
players.
where would you want him to really develop from your perspective, Ishan? You've seen Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Where are some of the areas that you want him to develop if he does take this Norwich role?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you on the fact that his defensive record has been poor, but also looking at that time in Chelsea, although we cannot compare, there's no way we can compare the likes of even, let's say, the Derby County team and Chelsea's team and Norwich's team. We cannot do that. All three teams sort of has different set of players and with different calibers. You cannot do that. But I definitely agree with you. If at this point of time, we can clearly see that Norwich are leaking goals left, right, and center. At this point of time, when he comes in as manager, maybe try to make your defense a little bit more rigid. Work on that, and we know that Frank Lampard is more of an attacking mindset manager. That will naturally come out. But at this point of time, even when he joined in the first season for his tenure at Chelsea, he made the defensive line very rigid, and it was quite satisfying in his first year as Chelsea manager. And that can be done at Norwich. Maybe you can lose matches here and there. You can concede goals here and there. Definitely, if a team like Liverpool, Man City, West Ham or Chelsea, they come in front of you, definitely gonna leak goals. But the other teams, you're gonna try to make your defense more rigid and try to extract a point at least, and then build your team accordingly. Build your midfield, like you said. Billy Gilmore has to be the main man if Lampard comes in.
That's one thing that I'm looking forward to if he does become a manager of Norwich. He's going to play Billy in midfield, and I mean, it's generally he wants to play possession-based football. That's what he tried to do with Chelsea as well. My issue is that
Are Norwich capable of playing a position-based football?
Daniel Farke was playing a possession-based with Norwich in Championship. Obviously, it was a bit too much for them in the Premier League. But Daniel Farke was playing with high-intensity pressing. That's why they were blowing teams in the Championship. They were just too good for them. But in the Premier League, the quality of players, they just didn't have that. But if Frank becomes Norwich's manager, I'm just trying to think, what identity is he going to play? Is he going to try and do that lone DM attacking eights? Is he going to play maybe three at the back, wing back football? I think Frank was looking actually all right when he was doing wing back football with us. Do you remember when Frank did that against Spurs when he went with the three at the back? The other issue is, Ishan, I don't know if you remember, when he got sacked by Chelsea, the Athletic wrote a whole heap of things that one of the areas where Frank failed was man management. Few of the fringe players were fringe players he didn't like. That's it. You're not.
And now they are apparently the superstars in Chelsea squad.
So players that he did not like will not get a game time. You are shelved. And players that he liked will keep getting game time. Now, I feel like that creates division inside the team because players that don't play will soon become an issue for you. Do you know what I mean? Like the way Marcus Alonso was, or Rudiger was, or so on and so forth. I don't know whether that is going to be a huge factor in Norwich, but still, that's one place I would like him to improve. Like if he goes to Norwich, like how do you get the best out of every player? I mean, is that something that you're sort of, I mean, if he does go there, is that something that you're sort of looking forward to? Is how do you make this Norwich team play at its best, even though the quality is not there?
Yeah, for sure, man, miss. But first of all, addressing to your concern about man management, I think so. It's gonna be a different ball game altogether when it comes to man management because, miss, the fact of the matter is, here in Chelsea, whole man management thing and losing the dressing room and all those stuffs began because of the level of ego and the level of high calibrated player he needed to manage. And definitely, if you're not gonna speak to our players for months, which was reported apparently.
Alonso, apparently for 4 months or something like
Kovacic, Alonso, Jorginho and also Rudiger, all with that, rumored mess or fights and all over whatever was that. It was difficult because these players are already big enough, and you actually cannot do that. At least you need to, even if that multiple players are not in your plans, you got to convey that message, and you have to be straightforward as a manager. But at this point of time, Norwich, it'll be a different ball game, miss, because the thing is, the players won't be demanding much from the managers, and similarly, the manager cannot, come and instantly pick all the players and say you out. No, that's definitely not going to happen. He needs to try and test every player,
Every
bring
player.
out the best ability out of them, and then try to fit him in his system.
Yeah.
And after that, whatever happens, Miz, if there is a certain player who's not in Frank Lampard's plan and he needs to maybe rest for the majority part of the season, he will agree, because it's Norwich, it's not Chelsea, and the player might not be at so much high wages that it's going to cause a disrupt between you and the board. And that's exactly what happened when Lampard was a manager at Chelsea. He was not playing Kepa, and maybe that's where the disruptions began with Lampard and the board, because Kepa is apparently still the most expensive keeper in the world, and it is what it is. You need to use him. Thomas Tuchel is coming up and using him. He's made Kepa now a recognizable and a
Thomas
respected.
Tuchel is using Ross Barkley.
Yeah, I mean,
Ross
what else can you say?
Ross Barkley started a Premier League game for us.
Did you imagine, Miss? Did you just imagine? I mean,
Never
at the
ever in
beginning
my
of
wildest dream.
Oh my days! If somebody would have told me that Barkley would start for us, I would have slapped him at the beginning of the season. What are you talking about, man? But Barkley did, and apparently he was good. He was good. I think so. He was good.
I would say for the first 25 minutes it was all right. Then he kind of disappeared. And then in the second half,
maybe the later stages, he disappeared. Maybe he should have been substituted earlier.
And then obviously he had that chance where he should have scored that goal.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's not go into that game again.
Let's not go into that. That just brings back bad memory. But
yeah.
I mean, overall, Ishan, with Lampard to Norwich, I think if he can achieve Norwich to really fight every game, get that odd victory here and there, some draws against the big teams, really rattle things up. And if he can just move from last to maybe second last or third last, that's something to work on perhaps next season, and then come back again to the Premier League.
Yeah. Isn't it mathematically possible? It is. It is.
It's still mathematically. It's only been 11 games. So
for sure, right? For sure. I mean,
possible.
just look at where we were when he got sacked, right? We were 10th or 11th maybe when he got sacked.
10th,
yeah,
10th.
we were 10th, almost at the second half of the table. And Thomas Tuchel comes up, and he came in January, right? In January, and this is just November, ladies and gentlemen. It's just November. Anything is possible. Thomas Tuchel came in January, and from 10th we finished 4th. We could have gone more up, except for a few matches that we lost. Let's say West Brom and Aston Villa at the end. Few matches here and there, Arsenal as well, that we lost. We shouldn't have lost, or else we could have finished third and very close to second maybe. So the fact of the matter here is anything is possible if Frank Lampard comes in, and it's not that like I said, it's not that you have to win every single game. Definitely, you're not gonna expect it to win against a Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea. You're not expected
Norwich is not expected to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But still, if you can get a few points here and there, start trying to build that belief in the team. At least whenever you have, let's say, Norwich just defeated Brentford at their home, I did not expect that. That means that team has the capability of doing things like that.
Yeah.
Brentford almost drew against us. Maybe they could have won against us if they took their chances.
They should have won against us. They should have
exactly. They were, let's just say they were the better team than us in that game, right? And Norwich went there and defeated them in the same ground. And if that's the case, that means this team has the potential to do things. And in that case, maybe Frank Lampard can come here and turn those things, few games here and there away. Maybe they can actually beat the likes of Newcastle and, let's say, Aston Villa, who's struggling at this point of time. Burnley.
Bro, besides the top sort of 6-7 teams, they should put up a fight against everyone else.
Exactly. Leeds as well, they're not having a good time at
Not
all.
having a
I
good
mean,
time.
this season is been shambles for them. So these are the teams they can actually target and then really turn it around. I mean, it is possible, man. It's just been 10 to 11 games. I mean, anything is possible. This is actually, if they put things together. But at the end of the day, miss, I'm feeling positive out of this. From Frank Lampard's managerial point of view, yeah, I'm feeling this as a positive note because this guy, if he comes at this point of time, he won't have any expectations from in terms of long term expectations from this season. He won't have that. So basically he has the liberty to actually try and test the whole squad in the Premier League, right? So he has that time to do. Now even if he gets relegated, it's fine, not the end of the world. He'll still be managing this team in the championship. And after the whole trial and error period in this whole remaining 2028 games in Premier
Yeah.
League, they will be well established to win the championship, absolutely be the top contender to in the next season.
I think that's what they're sort of shaping up now.
Yeah,
They I think they pretty much understand that this season, salvaging this season could be difficult,
yeah,
and maybe get a new manager, get a new sort of philosophy in the camp. They've had Daniel Fark for a little while, and maybe it was just got to the stage where it's reached its limit with that particular manager. Now they're looking for a new direction. QNTV, Ms. Lampard needs a lot to learn, bro. Experience, man management. Yeah, man, that's exactly what I've said. And this is probably a good place to learn all of that. Norwich is probably a good place. And I'm very excited if it does happen. Just Billy Gilmore, he's going to get game time. And Billy was sensational under Frank Lampard. So it's something to look out for. Let's now go to the next topic. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, 35 live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 30 straight away. As I said, the more likes, the more the video gets sort of exposed to more fans out there, more bigger audience that we get. So smash the like button, get those likes up to 30 straight away, and then we'll see where it goes after that. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe and check out Ishan and his socials as well in the description. Ishan, Gerrard to Steven Gerrard, that is Steven Gerrard to Aston Villa. I think I like this, and I kind of wanted Frank to sort of follow what Gerrard was doing from a managerial point of view. Like, don't take the big job straight away. Work yourself up. Derby was a good thing. After that, maybe I don't know, a Premier League team that's mid-table, like a Crystal Palace sort of type, slowly build on them. Steven Gerrard, he's getting molded to be the next Liverpool manager. I completely see it. Klopp is there and he'll keep going, but maybe 3-4 seasons down the track, Steven Gerrard has got a couple of seasons under the belt for Rangers. I think, broke that cycle of Celtic winning years and years and years, and he finally got it last season with Rangers. This season, I think you were just saying offline that he's close to doing it again. So he'll go back to back. So, and I think Aston Villa, they have penciled him down as their number one choice. How do you like this appointment, man? I kind of like this one, to be honest.
yeah. I like it as well because Steven Gerrard really looks very, very good, very, very polished, and very, very focused on a system. You know what I mean? I mean, these are the kind of managers who actually believe on that system and are really focused on what they do, very confident as well. It looks very good and confident as well for the other people, and if he comes up. Now that's the only thing which worries me regarding this deal is if he would leave Rangers and come Aston Villa at the mid-season. I don't think so. I don't think so. But if,
Yeah.
because he set up that Rangers team so well. They're playing so beautifully. I'm not sure if he'd like to do that. Maybe at the end of the season. After that, he
They're
might
in
join
Europe
the
as well, aren't they? They're
yeah,
in
they're in Europa League, if I'm not wrong.
Europa League. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be in the Europa League. So they're playing quite well. Yeah, I mean, the system he's formed a whole Steven Gerrard system in the Rangers team, and it looks so beautiful there.
Yeah, they're four ahead of Celtic at the moment. Four ahead of
yeah,
Celtic.
at
So
first,
it's a
right?
good fight. Yeah.
So everything looks settled and sorted. I'm not sure, and Steven Gerrard as well. He's really liking to manage in that league and learning a lot as well. Let's not disregard that, because he has learned a lot, and to go out there and, like you said, breaking Celtic's record and dominating the whole league, and he's continuing that for the second year now in a row. That's a tough job. That's not easy
Yeah.
for a starter. Lampard did not dominate the championship, and neither did he, dominate. He was quite average here in Premier League, to be very honest, as an overview. But like you said, Lampard definitely should have followed the way Steven Gerrard has done. Maybe after first year at Derby County, maybe he could have continued another year, maybe a different championship side, or maybe just go to the Scottish League and try things there. There were certain rumors about him managing the Celtic squad, but it never happened eventually. But yeah, like you said, man, maybe two now after Steven Gerrard finishes his second year or second tenure as the Rangers manager, maybe he comes up to Premier League, like you said, in a maybe a lower table club or a mid-table club, learn things
Yeah.
there. He'll be definitely ready for Liverpool, man. I mean, it looks so good at this point of time. He definitely needs a Premier League experience before joining Liverpool. We cannot expect
Yeah.
him to straight away jump from Scottish League to Premier League and then
And I think it's perfect. Liverpool is the pinnacle. Like that
Yeah.
should be most likely your final job. Do you know what I mean? Unless you want to go from Liverpool to, I don't know,
but
down
there
the
has to
track.
be a stop before Liverpool. You
Yeah.
need to
And I think
get experience.
And I think Aston Villa is a very good choice. And in all honesty, I'm just having a look at Rangers. They're in Europa. They're third at the moment, but same points with Sparta Prague, 4 points each. So they could possibly come second and take that position and be in the knockout stages in the Europa. So that's going to be huge as well. And I suppose I get your point. If he does stay, then he gets to fight on, get another trophy with Rangers, but Celtic is hot on their tails. But on the other side of the coin, I suppose if you take the Aston Villa job, Aston Villa, Ishan is not a bad team. It's got some proper players. He could actually do some damage. He could play a very attractive brand of football with that team.
Yeah, 100%. They definitely lost Grealish, but they had a very, very good transfer season. Like we discussed earlier in the transfer season as well. They had a very good transfer season, and the team looks really good, but it just, maybe let's say Dean Smith could not just work it out. Maybe, it was a kind of a downfall, but maybe he could have given some more time. That's just my opinion. But, at the end of the day, Steven Gerrard would definitely relish that team.
I think you know what, Ishan? I think they just got a bit fed up in the sense that this team shouldn't be I think they were on a 5-match losing streak, something like that. And they were just thinking this team is too good to be losing that many in a row.
Yeah.
And
But this manager has, actually gone a lot ahead with this team and knows a lot of this team. What comparatively to the other man who walks in, it'll be completely new environment, and have to work things out, have to select the system. And
I mean, what was Aston Villa's aspiration? What was their expectation for this season for them to sack Dean Smith? You're right. Maybe they could have stuck around with him for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But what was their expectation? Were
Because
they
this
planning to
team-
be top 6?
I don't know. That's mathematically at this point of time, it's not possible, because there are definitely, even if you had Dean Smith, it's not mathematically possible to get a top 6. Knowing the fact that West Ham is playing so well, you've got Arsenal back on top 5, and then they're on some winning streak, mad winning streak. You've got Antonio Conte back at Tottenham, so they, you never know when they're gonna click up. And once that guy clicks up, we all know what's coming, up our backside. So there are teams that you have to beat relentlessly to go out there and attain the top 6 position. At this point of time, mathematically, it's not possible. So very right, Miz. Out of top 6, doesn't matter where you finish, does it? I mean, out of top 6, it doesn't matter where you finish. It doesn't matter if you're finishing 9th, 12th.
Who cares
15th.
if you're 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th? It doesn't really matter.
Absolutely doesn't matter. So what are your aspirations? And according to that, maybe Dean Smith actually was playing his own style with this current team, and maybe this could have taken a little bit more time here and there, a bit of shuffle in his system, and that could have maybe clicked. A couple of wins here and there might have rejuvenated the morale, and they could have gone again back on track. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I believe that he could have given at least some more time, because it was not the end of the world. They could have still tried to see this phase out, and also miss the December time is coming. It's gonna be ruthless for any new manager. That's what they should have realized, because Dean Smith knew this team, knew how to play. If he lost, but there was a time he still actually won, and he knew how to win with this team. And this is a very, very crucial time again, with this December coming up, not just for Dean Smith, maybe all the managers who've got sacked. Their team needs to be very cautious, because it won't be easy. It won't be easy for a manager to play what, 2 games in a week, 3 games in a week, and try to assess the whole team, try to management, manage all the injuries, try to bring out the best of the team and learn things. It's going to be difficult. So for Aston Villa, I'm not really sure. But again, if Steven Gerrard has to come, it will be a difficult job for him.
For sure.
Point first. Second, for his personal point of view, it's going to be a very good learning experience. But third, is he going to leave the Scottish League mid-season and come here in Aston Villa, be very disbalanced, try to create that whole scenario again right from mid-season?
It all comes down to money, I think. If he gets paid well, I think he'll make the move. But I think it'll be very interesting if Lampard gets the job at Norwich and Gerrard gets the job at Aston Villa. Can you imagine Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard managing in the Premier League?
Yeah, I think so. That's quite inevitable. I think so. This is going to happen someday or the other. We have to. We will definitely see that. But
at some point or another, this is going to happen one of these days. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Villa does. Looks like Steven Gerrard could possibly happen. Next one, Eddie Howe to Newcastle. I mean, Ishan, they really actually didn't have a chance at any of the top dogs out there. There was talks about perhaps Antonio Conte, but categorically denied. He doesn't want to take up the Newcastle job, regardless of how lucrative it looks, money-wise, and the amount of budget that he's going to have. No one wants to take a team that's about to get relegated, right? Some of these top managers just don't want to manage a team in the Championship. Can you imagine Antonio Conte in the Championship?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Or even Zinedine Zidane or anyone top of the ranks, sort of like that. Yeah. So I always had a feeling they probably wouldn't be able to land that caliber of a manager. And this is another club, Ishan. A lot of people still telling me, Miz, there's still, a lot of games to play, this and that. They won't get relegated. I think they will. I honestly think they're going to get relegated. I'm looking at the fixture. I'm thinking, who are you going to beat? Who will you beat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They played Brighton last weekend and they couldn't win. Yeah. Brighton's a very good team, but then there's very good teams everywhere. Southampton. Are you going to beat Southampton? You're probably not going to beat Southampton either.
You already know what Burnley did to us, so
you already know what Burnley did to us. You're not beating Burnley either.
Yeah.
So who are you beating? It's very difficult. But Eddie Howe, I think, is actually a good appointment for the time being to build up that team for the next manager. But Ishan, these Saudi Arabian owners, they're possibly going to see themselves in the Championship. That's how I feel. I mean, what's your thoughts?
I would love to, man. I would love to see these guys, the public interest fund, investment fund, or whatever that shit was, go take their ass back to Championship.
But let me tell you their fixtures, bro. You're gonna be like. By the way, they're the only team that haven't won a single game in the Premier League yet after 11 games.
Norwich have won.
Norwich have won. So Newcastle, they have Brentford next up. That's going to be a bit of a fight. Brentford's not rubbish, even though they've lost in recent times. Arsenal after Brentford. Arsenal's on the way up. Norwich and Newcastle, the one after that's going to be a battle for the relegation.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Burnley, there's not easy fixtures, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100, man. I mean, it's going to be difficult, but like you said, Miz, Eddie Howe, I think so. It's a smart selection. I think so. It's a smart selection because
It is.
you know Eddie Howe will inbuild his system, and we all know how he does that. He's gonna make that defensively very rigid. He's gonna make that team defensively rigid, and at least what it has been already, he's going to make it better. He's going definitely. It will. You'll see betterments in the team. You'll see an upgrading in the team. Maybe not transfer wise, but performance wise, you'll see an upgradation in the team. Defensively, they're gonna sound more solid, like they were playing at this point of time. They were clueless attacking wise, defensive wise. they
Yeah.
they just had absolutely no clue what to do. Now they're gonna have a direction. Now they're gonna have a system to play in, and we know that how Eddie Howe likes to just frame his team good proper defensively well, and then try to formulate the whole attacking scenario there. So I think so he's gonna make the team look a bit good, but is it enough to get out of the relegation zone? Maybe it's possible because it's too early to speak. Like you said, it's just 10 to 11 games. But again, like you said, with this set of players and this set of competition, who you gonna beat?
This is an interesting comment from Brent Smith. Shout out to Brent Smith, man. Good to see you in the live chat. Jules as well. Good to see you. Eddie had Callum Wilson at Bournemouth. I mean, Ishan, do you remember Bournemouth, Eddie Howe, Callum Wilson?
Yeah.
That was a bit of a madness.
Yeah, 100%, man. Bournemouth, the way he struggled and fighted in Bournemouth, that was beautiful to watch. With all the struggles, coming back to the Premier League, and then eventually fading away. But then that fight was absolutely relentless, and Callum Wilson was the part of it. And Callum Wilson now is in Newcastle, and he's gonna be a part of it again. It'll be interesting to see. I think so. Callum Wilson will be rejuvenated back again under Eddie Howe,
That team
and
has some few good players like Saint Alan Maximan, Callum
Alan
Wilson,
Maximan, Joe Linton, Callum
Joe,
Wilson,
bro. Joe Willock is not
Joe
bad
Willock.
either.
Yeah, Joe Linton.
Miguel Almiron is okay as well.
Yeah,
It's got some players that he can work with, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, man. Definitely. I think so. It's possible. It's possible. Again, like I said, mathematically, it is possible to get out of the relegation zone. It is possible, but the thing is, again, you have to beat teams, man. You have to secure points. But at this point of time, they're winless. It's going to be tough again. Eddie Howe coming back, coming in Newcastle back in the Premier League. You never know how much time they're going to take to do that, arrange the whole system. They're definitely not going to click just like that. Maybe they're going to
Yeah.
take few games, couple of games here and there. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult season. But the thing is this a long term thing? Because we've discussed this, yeah, and we thought that earlier. We
Hmm.
thought that maybe Newcastle would invest the majority amount of fund at this point of time in the managerial point of view, and for the managers, and maybe for the for the staff, and for the academies, or whatever it was. Is Eddie Howe a long term perspective, or is it just a see through from this season, and let's go on to the next season and then we talk?
If bro, for me, I can't see how they survive this season, Ishan. I really can't. So for me, Eddie Howe may be someone that they thought is not long term, but at the meantime, they need to just get back into it. They're probably going to get relegated and then build up from relegation. I don't know, man. I mean, Ishan, I'm worried. If they get relegated, is Eddie Howe even going to survive? Like,
Yeah,
or are they
are
going to
they going
sack
to
him?
keep Eddie Howe? Yeah, if they go back to championship, maybe they are. Maybe Eddie Howe knows how the struggle in championship, and maybe it's the other way around, Miss. Maybe they're keeping Eddie Howe knowing the fact that they're gonna get
They're going to go
relegated
down. And,
and
and
go
you've
back
got
to the.
experience in the championship.
You've got an experienced championship manager coming up, and see through to that whole championship phase. Maybe get out of it. But if Eddie Howe manages to take these guys out of the relegation zone, boom, Eddie Howe sacked the next day. Bring in someone like Unai Emery. You know what I mean? This is possible, man. This is
it's
possible as well.
it's such a bad scenario for Eddie Howe. Like, do I succeed and lose my job, or do I get relegated and keep my job?
Yeah, man. Confusing.
It's almost as if he might sabotage it. He might just go, you know what? Stuff it. We'll get relegated. I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm the captain now.
I'm saying, captain of the ship.
Um, what's your intuition saying? Do you think Newcastle's staying up, or do you think they're going to get relegated?
I think so. It'll be, like I said, miss, it's just 10 to 11 games, and I've seen the worst. I've seen a team from top to going 10th in a matter of 1 month.
True.
My team.
It only
from
takes
first,
like 3-4 wins together, and that's it.
and especially the December game time is coming up, where there are so many games on the trot continuously. You never know how the teams are going to transpire. Also, miss, for the bigger teams, it's going to be mad month. Like I said,
Yeah.
Chelsea, how many games do they have? 10 to 12 games they have in the month, in the
Yeah.
span of 30 days.
Yep.
That is crazy. So teams like these, they have an advantage over the bigger teams. They can actually shape their whole team, rest for the whole week, and then come on the weekdays and then just pepper these teams up. There is a possibility, you never know, because the December-January time is so crucial for Premier League as well. If you phase out this December time well, you can actually see and foresee and actually say that are you going to survive, are you going to win, is it a top 4 or not. All these predictions and calculations happen after the December month, you know what I mean. So at this point of time, it'll be very early to say and then just stamp a mark saying that they'll get relegated or not. It'll be interesting to see how Eddie Howe works on it, but at this point of time, I think so. They should get relegated. I want to see the Saudis go back to the championship and just taste how the things are there.
Taste the championship, bro. Taste it. All right. Next up is John Terry in Twitter is an absolute troll, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute troll. I'm pretty sure you guys would have all seen the madness that he's causing in Twitter, and I'm loving it, but at the same time, I'm thinking, dude, don't you want to be a manager or something, or are you sort of over it, like you don't want to be a manager anymore, and it is what it is. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down fighting. That sort of looks like the attitude John Terry has. This is his Twitter profile, and already 178k after like only being here for like 3-4 days. And it's mad. Like, he's got a whole heap of thing going on. But I just want to go in his tweets and replies. Honestly, Ishan, he is ruthless. He is absolutely ruthless at times. I want to see what he's been. There was one where he says, "Tell your missus" or something like that, which was quite interesting. Let's see if we can find that one.
I mean, I didn't know this guy had so much humor. until he joined Twitter, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was a troll. That's what sort of got me. Let me see what I can find. Hold on, give me 1 second. Legend. He's pretty crazy, man. Apparently verified, Twitter verified. What abuse? Does abuse ever get to you? What abuse? Welcome to Twitter. You're not a fan. A lot of thanks, mate. I'm sure soon I'm going to get to see that, unless he's deleted it. I hope he hasn't deleted yet. Where is it? Love you, JT. Good luck, Xavi. Didier Drogba.
By the way, Xavi joining Barcelona.
That's
going to be interesting to see.
That is going to be very, very good indeed. Come on. Surely it wasn't that far away. But get back to work. What's this? Sat on train replying to as many as I can on Twitter. In school, just answer me. And then but get back to work. I don't know what he's doing, man. Hold on. I'm trying to find that. Needs his own toothbrush. And owns you, I'm afraid. Look at this one. And owns you, I'm afraid. He needs to own a toothbrush. What's he doing,
This
bro?
guy is super
What's
troll,
he
man.
doing? When the guy asks you to train, when a guy asks you to see your train ticket, what's he doing?
Oh.
Afternoon, JT. Hope you have some biscuits with that tea. Oh my god.
Hilarious, this man.
This is quite funny. Absolutely love him. Okay. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Thiago Silva, John? And how much would you have liked to have played with him at Chelsea? Absolutely love him. Would have loved to have played alongside him. Does everything so simple but so well. Proper defender. That's actually a very, very nice one. Would I like to play JT, Chelsea player at all time. Tended. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get you another one, mate. Bro, he replies to everyone, man.
Maybe
Honestly,
initially he has to, right? He has to, right?
Yeah, probably just to build it up, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, where is it? John Terry, who was the most difficult Manchester United player you ever faced? Rooney. John Terry, captain, which one of these two Chelsea legends have you gave you the most trouble in training? Both of them. Franco was so good for me at 17. He would take me out in the afternoons doing 1v1s with me and give me tips and advice. Legend and the nicest guy ever. I still batter him at golf. Wow, they still play golf together. That's nice. If you say he was world class, I will never say anything different again. What's this one? What defender can beat this? Vidic was better defender. You were a better goal scoring though. Terry better at both. Had a longer career at top. Vidic was great defender, but not world class one like JT. Vidic was world class in my opinion. It just comes out of nowhere. Vidic was world class in my opinion. And then the guy goes, "If you say he was world class, I will never say anything different."
Maybe JT could have been one of the contenders for the Aston Villa managerial job. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why he didn't go for that. I'm really trying to find that one where he says, "Your missus." It's so far below. Maybe we've missed it. Maybe I could even. There's a lot of articles about it as well, but come on, please, let's find it. I think he was off the back of this one. Good morning. I was on that fake. There was that fake John Terry account that was going around as well.
Yeah.
Come on. Get involved. Thanks, mate. JT, thoughts on Thomas Tuchel? I've never heard your opinion on him and the job he's doing. Would be great to hear your thoughts. He has been superb since he's arrived. All right, so he said something nice about, "This is not me, blocked." Yeah, that's that fake one. Look at this one. Vidic and Ferdinand are clear of you slipping ass. And look how he replies. Just trophies. He just replied trophies to that particular reply. That's funny. She wants a. I think this might be it. Yeah, got it, bro. Okay. He goes, "This is not me, blocked. How many wives you banged this year, JT? Ask your missus. F your game will didn't even ride her. I'm not surprised." He's got the pig sign. "She wants a signed Chelsea jersey XXL, mate. She's a big fan of you. Left a sock behind if you want it back. I will sign it and give it to one of the other lads to drop it off next time."
Savage, man. This is.
I can't believe this guy, bro. I mean, honestly, Ishan, what what do you make? What do you make of this, man?
Oh
I mean,
my
it is funny
god.
in one sense, but does this affect his managerial situation at all? Like, if he ever wants a managerial job,
Listen, I've not seen any manager do this. Have you seen any manager do this? I've not seen any manager do
bro,
this.
it's
Maybe
mad.
this is crazy. I don't think so. He will once he, he becomes a manager of a certain club. I don't think so. He's maybe allowed to do this. I don't think so. The club will allow to do this. But also it's his personal account. So what if he continues? That will be mad. Just imagine, after a game he comes out and trolls like that the fans in Twitter. Oh my god.
My goodness me! I mean, he does not care one bit about holding back. You want to give
Yeah,
it to me? I'm going to give it back to you. But
yeah, yeah.
I'm just thinking, if he gets a managerial job, that's too much publicity. Like if he does that
Yeah.
on online, like there'll be news articles about him every single day.
Yeah,
Every
and I
day there'll
don't
be
think so.
articles.
The club will allow it. Whichever club he goes, I don't think so. The club will allow it.
It's just too much sort of unnecessary publicity to the club wherever he goes. So, oh man, I mean, in one
Also,
sense,
look at the managers, miss, who actually are managing at this point of time. I've not seen them use Twitter like that. I mean, have you seen any manager use a Twitter? I'm not sure. Just count me one.
not
Like
like
this
this,
way,
bro.
definitely not. And also, especially, I remember when Frank Lampard was our manager. Before he became our manager, he was quite active on Instagram. The moment he
Yeah.
became our manager, off,
Stopped.
completely
But
switched
have you
off.
noticed he's not really that active now as well? Like he's
Yeah,
not.
now as well. After he got sacked from Chelsea, I don't think so. He's been much active, but
I
still, I mean,
mean,
he was active before he joined us, right? So after that, he
here
switched off.
here we are probably thinking JT's gonna shed some knowledge, some tactical insight, and
Yeah.
provide his ask your missus.
Ask him.
Oh my days! I mean, Ishan, I don't know what he was thinking. Leaving Aston Villa. Maybe he just had enough of being an assistant manager. But
Yeah.
do you see him becoming a manager? Like, I don't know if he's serious enough to be a manager. Do you know what I mean?
I know that feeling, man. But hasn't he, surpassed and actually qualified every managerial qualification or degree, whatever it is?
He has.
He's
He has.
qualified
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
legitimately qualified and can be considered as a manager with all the degrees that he's done. And according to that, he's qualified to become a manager now, and he should be searching for a job. Instead, what he's searching for tweets in Twitter. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that. I mean, if the people out there handing out degrees to John Terry would have known that he would go out there on Twitter and do madness, maybe his degree would have been in halt. Maybe.
I wonder what made him think about starting a Twitter account. Like he was quite active in Instagram. Like he would
Yeah.
post and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I just don't understand what made him feel that I need to have a Twitter account as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Twitter's a
Definitely, man.
crazy
Means I
place,
think so.
man.
That's a very, very interesting point to think about. I mean, if you know, right, that you have multiple managerial degrees, and at the end of the day, you're definitely gonna become a manager at some point or the other. Definitely, you'll be starting from low, but then at the end of the day, you're John freaking Terry. Right? You have to take up big jobs at the end of the day. Are you gonna think that you're gonna do managerialship and Twitter at the same time? I mean,
But
that does not match.
imagine the next club he manages and
Yeah,
they announce him.
yeah,
Everyone's gonna like screenshot ask your missus
yeah,
and spam that particular, you know, Twitter
yeah,
post.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just madness. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I get it. Like, fans giving it to him, you want to get back, but you need to also sort of watch yourself because
Yeah,
John Terry is not like us. We can do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Unfortunately, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
loving it. I'm enjoying it, but I'm thinking, man, I think you might have, as you
Maybe
said, Ishan.
he's not gonna continue this, miss. So what's the point of starting it, right?
Yeah, what's the point of starting it? Do you know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, just your final thoughts on John Terry. Do you think he's going to be a proper manager? Like he's going to get a managerial role?
Well, to be very honest, I thought he should have taken the Aston Villa job already. Already, he should have been taking that, and he should be the contender for that. But the only thing I believe that it's refraining Aston Villa from signing John Terry at this point of time is because he was under Dean Smith and he was working there. He was working with the whole crew, and he was the part of the crew. Maybe that's why he's not in the job. But definitely, man, I think so. It's high time. According to the qualifications and the degree and the steps of being a manager, he's done it all. I mean, he's got all the legitimate degrees for being a manager, and he's actually qualified to start a manager. But in terms of that, he's more qualified than Lampard, and also let's say Gerrard, who's not taken these
Bro, when
degrees. And all
JT
those
was at
stuffs.
Aston Villa were actually keeping proper clean sheets.
Exactly.
And now
also
they
his
can't even manage any clean sheets.
Yeah, and he's gone that step-by-step progression that a manager needs to go through, right? And
Yeah.
this progression, Lampard and Gerrard might not have that sort of progression, although Gerrard is killing it in the Scottish League. But again, the start from the scratch progression that we say, John Terry has done that, and now it's high time to catch a Premier League team, maybe a low-table Premier League team, or let's say at least start with the Championship team, or maybe go to Scottish League or a different leagues in other countries. Let's say just go out there and start managing teams. It's quite surprised, but man started Twitter, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, I think so. He definitely should be managing.
Man must be enjoying it too much now. I don't know if he wants to manage anymore. Maybe he will take up, sort of Twitter.
Punditry, maybe pundit. If he becomes a pundit in BBC or Sky Sports, that's a possibility.
But I would have loved listening to someone like John Terry. Honestly, punditry would be great. But it is what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of everything that we wanted to talk about in this international break. For the time being, we'll be back perhaps tomorrow. If there's anything up, or maybe the day after, we'll see. Do keep a track. Smash the like button before you go. Hit the bell notification to keep in touch with all my content. Just regularly come to the page. You'll see new videos on a regular basis. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Check out Ishan and his socials as well. And yeah, it is what it is. It's international break, and we'll see what we can bring for you guys. And then after the international break, Ishan and I will be doing a whole heap of watch along. So strap yourselves in. Until next time, everyone, take care and see you.